So I didn't think I'd be spending my summer in Cleveland, but work brought me out here. And so for 6 weeks, I was going to be staying in downtown Cleveland. And how I met Tommy and Mook was very organic. And I hadn't really like met anyone who was into like the same stuff that I was. And then we started talking, and I asked if I could eat with who later turned out to be Tommy and Mook, and we started talking about like music, and eventually they mentioned that they ride bikes, and they're like, yeah, like we ride every Tuesday. It would be really cool if you came out. And I didn't really have a bike at the time, but that weekend I said, like I've got $100, so I went and bought a used bike and showed up that Tuesday.
All right, everybody. We're literally going down that road.
Literally.
Make you wave. Make you move. We're gonna go down this road. Not even halfway down. And we're hitting that abandoned train track to a loading dock, and that's where we're going. Head north. North. Correct.
SWIRL Tour.
So the SWIRL Tour was an annual ride between me, Tommy, Mook, and Vince.
It pretty much became an end of the season tradition for us. Before the weather really turned, we made a point to go on a night ride, and
We would start at my place, head downtown, stopping by the lake to catch the sunset, and before we know it, it'd be 2 a.m. and we'd be on the other side of town.
it was on one of those trips that the idea for these Tuesday night rides really came about. This was an idea that Merrick had previously and had talked about for years even.
So the idea of these rides was to create a comfortable environment for people to meet and socialize, all while seeing the city in a different way. Each week we bring in a different musician or DJ, and they would curate a music playlist that would essentially create the feel for the ride that week. On this particular SWIRL tour, we ended up down by the Coast Guard station, and Tommy was letting us listen to his unreleased album. And we all had this feeling as if we were the only people awake in the city at the time. And the water was as smooth as glass, and the way that the sound was able to reverberate off the water really brought this special feeling to everything. And it was then that we thought this would be a really cool way to show people his new project and let everyone kind of feel the special feeling that we were feeling. One of the cool factors about this location and most of the locations that we chose for these rides was that they're really only accessible by bike and almost impossible to reach by car. So having a bike was pretty pivotal to being able to come to these events.
It was awesome. I think it was maybe like the 10th week we were able to do exactly that at the same location. But before we were meeting on Tuesday nights for the bike rides, we were initially meeting at Mall C on Thursday nights for pickup kickball games.
It was all about using public spaces in Cleveland that people might not utilize, and that's kind of a problem that we have here is people don't really take advantage of what we already have in front of us. So we'd meet on Thursdays, we'd hide a couple beers in the bushes, play some music, and have a couple games as the sun would set. But once we started doing our bike rides on Tuesdays, we thought maybe we should shift most of our attention towards those, and it ended up paying off in the end.
I think I was pretty privileged to come in at a time when it was just a gorgeous Cleveland summer. So you'd show up and it's that pre-sunset golden hour where just everything looks beautiful.
You're not in a group of gamers here, man. Not even. Maybe you are.
And you're hanging out, you're waiting for people to show up, you're drinking a couple beers, you're feeling good, and then you just start riding to the first spot, one of many for whatever route is set for the day. And you just go from place to place, and along the way you're meeting people and you're making friends and you're seeing people who showed up last time. And with each consecutive ride, I felt more and more part of the group.
It's been really interesting to like, I don't know, be invited here by a friend and like meeting a bunch of people that are like very sincere and seem very interested in each other and aren't really like having ulterior motives, just trying to like exist around each other and learn. That's huge.
When you drive through a city in a car, you just kind of get a brief moment. You don't really maybe get to take it in. But on a bike, you are now a part of that scene in the city. You know, that person riding their bike, that's you now.
Bike life.
This is so cool. These rides are amazing. I'm from Boston, and I just happened to meet this crew and ride along in Cleveland, and it's an amazing way to bring people together and introduce people to one another who may not have ever gotten a chance to meet each other, but it's given people a chance to, you know, find common ground and interact with someone that maybe they wouldn't have met before. And it's an incredibly, you know, fun and diverse mix of people that are all getting together to like just go for a bike ride and get to know each other. It's super cool.
As far as the planning would go, we had been scouting a lot of these places for a few years, honestly.
You know, this might have seemed like just show up and go on a ride and everything moves smoothly, which in many factors it was, but Tommy and I put a lot of effort in behind the scenes, and we'd spend hours on the phone trying to figure out how we can make this week a new experience.
Okay, last week we did the west side, so this week we want to head east.
You know, we'd be on Google Maps, looking up routes, trying to avoid crazy hills, because we got 40 people and we're stopping traffic. So we'd always try and keep those things in mind and also try and figure out how to keep everything new, safe, fun, and exciting.
Another thing we would keep in mind is that there might be a baseball game that night, or a basketball game, or a concert, or something at House of Blues. It all affected how we would plan it, so we were kind of adjusting the rides based on what was happening in the city that night.
But then again, it's good because we need riding in between.
I think, yeah, going down that trail.
It's new. We've never done it.
We haven't done that yet, yeah.
At first, our goal was to get 20 people in the beginning.
So we sat there and tried to name all the people we knew with bikes, and we couldn't even come up with 20 that night.
So we figured if we could get 5 people and they could get 5 people and that could compound, we'd end up having a pretty good party.
By like the 4th week, we were able to get, I think, 40 people to show up.
And after that, we had 60 people. So it went way beyond what we expected.
Is this the biggest group yet?
Yep.
It's community. It's really cool.
It's a place where you don't know anyone, everyone's uncomfortable, and you're just bonding together over this one simple thing like riding a bike. And that really resonated with me in a place where everyone is the same and no one is better or worse, and you're just out there and you're pushing yourself to be uncomfortable. And that forces you to create a sense of community.
We decided not to make an Instagram account for this and try and keep as much of the grassroots approach intact. And we turned down a couple options of magazine or newspaper write-ups just so that we could really wholeheartedly maintain that.
I would make the flyer every week with a photo that I got the previous week on the ride, and we would post it to our personal page and then tag people who were coming out every week, and then they would share it, and that was how we got the word out about the rides every week.
What about somewhere on the East Bank that we haven't gone yet? Like Merwin's Wharf or about a skate park or something?
I mean, the one area that we had a great time in was that spot where people were climbing the wall.
Hey!
just thought of that.
And that's like all
right by the gas station.
It's the gas station. It's relative to that whole bend. I mean, we've been rocking what, two or three stops.
Yeah.
The gas station is a location.
Yeah.
Usually.
It became a location.
This gas station is classic though. Like I like being able to post up here.
We'd have these gas stations and corner stores in mind when we were coming up with these routes. We had a gas station for when we would head east and a gas station for when we would head west, and so we were, planning around those. It became a thing where each week we were able to bounce back and forth, and we were able to have these structured routes in place.
Outside, we're in Cleveland, nothing is stopping us. And cut.
Just to throw it out there also, tomorrow,
what's the
high of 63, low of 45.
Doesn't look bad. Tuesday by 10 p.m. it's 55 degrees.
Oh, not bad, okay.
So initially the idea was to find plugs and outlets around town in public spaces and bringing a sound system to these places and using them as a central location to meet and have a party. But as that became harder to find and achieve, we teamed up with Danny Chang over at Flower City Gift Shop, and he was selling these wireless Bluetooth speakers that were able to take the sound to another level. Every week we'd have a new DJ.
Some are doing all house music one night or all 80s funk classics, and I would try to incorporate a lot of Cleveland music into the sets I was doing. And so you'd be in these locations with the Cleveland skyline behind you, and you'd have a Doja Power Play song come on, or a Hot Take beat, or a Peach Girl song, or a Mook the God track. So having these different styles of music each week was very refreshing, and honestly it kept it unique.
Yeah, the fun part about putting together the playlist was like being at each spot when we would show up, like not knowing where they would fall, like in which location we would be at, And so, like when we went to the Temple of Lost Love spot the first time, the Bubble Tea remix came on as soon as we got there. And it was just like, there's a moment we all like emerge from the brush, come under the thing, the city lights, and then like this song comes on and it's just like the perfect time. But yeah, or like the Cool Kids when the dude's doing wheelies down the hill and Black Mags comes on about pedaling down a foothill doing wheelies. Like, it just, you can't write this. All right, we're playing.
Now click the up button on this, hold it up. Now turn all these on.
The playlist is immaculate tonight. Killed it.
Wait, who made the playlist?
Chang's playing his homie from Detroit.
Say what?
You already know, Mook the God.
I'm trying to put something together at the end of all this.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of footage.
I got a crazy amount so far.
Yeah, like that quote's cool, but that video's not good enough, right?
And can we flip it?
But it's also just like
1 second.
Yeah, and it's like.
Yeah, Ariel. Yeah, we're turning the bike night into a dock. I'm working on it now with Tommy. Cool. Alright, I'll talk to you.
Yeah, no, I don't think this clip is usable.
Alright.
So Tommy was always documenting and capturing these moments on camera and not really knowing what the end result would be with everything. And then we realized how strong and special these rides were and the community that was able to come from them. And we felt it was something that many people can benefit from. Because it's not about who's there or what it is, it's more along the lines of the connections that can be created through bike riding and this type of environment. And so we decided maybe we should make a documentary. And from that point, we started to film with a lot more intent. And the beautiful thing was no one knew the whole time that everything we were shooting was for a documentary. So everything we were able to capture was completely genuine and sincere, allowing us to capture the true essence of everything in many ways.
I don't know, maybe we could do like a quick montage, boom, 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 like of the different group shots.
Oh! There it goes. That's the bird.
That's a good ass picture, goddamn.
That was a good ride. This was like one of my favorite ones yet. Straight up.
But it's just a nice break in the week.
Because I don't know if I'd be able to get on pre-order. This is all contingent on getting the design tomorrow. Because if I get the design tomorrow, then I'll have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. No, that won't work because I need pre-order to know to order. Then we need 2 days. So we're going to do it next week.
So, where are we headed, man?
We are on our way to go print these Tuesday Night Ride bike shirts.
My boys!
What's up? Hey, nice fucking little joint. What's up, doggy?
Chillin'. Yes.
Flip it around.
Is this in alphabetical order?
Oh, you're wearing it?
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. See you Tuesday. See you on Tuesday.
Light man, yeah, that's me.
So this is the light man.
Uh-huh.
He handles the lasers.
It doesn't work right now.
It's not yet. No, broke. I don't know what happened, man.
The amount of people and connections that I've made through here, all through one person specifically, has just kind of really blown me away how like easily we could all really get connected. And it became just a thing where like now we expect to kind of see each other, you know, on Tuesday. So just how all this like naturally occurred and grew itself has been really cool.
We were fortunate enough to see a lot of relationships blossom from this, and you know, maybe a couple artists met and went and created a mural, or musicians met and made some music after, or someone just was, you know, comfortable calling someone outside of the ride. And that was the special thing that we were able to witness.
I mean, honestly, moving back, like, it was how I got back into, like, my old friend group.
It
This
is
was awesome.
Yeah, I felt like for Mark and I, we had just moved back from Chicago after being away for 6 years, and like meeting all these people and Everybody was so friendly, and it really truly felt like a sense of community.
It went from 5 or 6 small circles to just one big circle.
People should get together at all times and any times to just do things together. Whether it's bike riding or playing kickball or whatever they do.
It was nice to see the friendships like strengthen, seeing the city in like the most intimate way, getting to know each other like that, you know.
Just being around the people here, like everybody is so cool. And they always make me feel welcome.
I was there to get trained for my bank job, and my friend Wade, who's also doing the program, told me about these rides. I had no idea what to expect, and it was beyond my favorite thing that I did in Cleveland, and made some really, really great friends.
Met a lot of people I didn't know. Met a lot of people I should know, but now I do know, but I didn't know. And love them all.
It was easy to open up with people I didn't know. Very warm and welcoming environment. I liken it to kind of the first time I went to a punk show when I was a teenager. That kind of thrill of something new and exciting and kind of underground.
I personally love them. I met so many people through it. Knew like one person on the ride in the beginning, and now I have all these people.
Agreed. It's such a good way to be exposed to good people in Cleveland, and it's been really fun to meet a bunch of homies.
It's just cool to get a bunch of people together and listen to music and ride. Come see a little different side of Cleveland that maybe a lot of people aren't coming to a lot. And it's a good feeling to ride down the street, rule the road. Keep riding, dude. We should do a winter ride. Just saying, snowmobiles.
It's been crazy. I think the max was like 50 plus people, and from week to week, and you never knew who was going to show up. That was the goal, I think, was to just expand everybody's knowledge of Cleveland for one, and everybody's knowledge of each other, because we're all in the same city.
I don't know anything about Cleveland, I guess. Like every time we go to somewhere fun and like, I'm just like, oh snap, this is great. And it makes me want to come back, because then I get to like enjoy new experiences with y'all, and then of course I'm gonna take people there in the future too, so.
And this ride is so dope to me, just to, you know, catch up, talk about life.
If you had to sum this ride up in one word, what would it be?
Liberating.
Anticipated.
Eventful.
Awesome.
Totally awesome.
Connective.
Active.
Expansive.
Fun.
Love.
Eclectic. Liberating.
Fun.
Vibrant.
Fun.
Fast.
Relaxing.
Joyous.
Eclectic.
Organic.
Young again.
Communal.
Communal.
Community.
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 Fireworks.
No, you're good, this is perfect.
We're going to that gas station that's over down the street. You know what I'm talking about.
We did it, man. We did it. Last ride.
At the end of it all said and done, this was one of the most special and beautiful things that I've been able to be a part of. And it's something that you can really only know if you come or if you do this on your own. And something I'll forever remember.
I think the quality of your life is determined by the strength of your relationships, and the bike ride has really led and allowed me to like develop some really good relationships. As much as I would like it to be replicated everywhere, the Cleveland rides are incredibly unique to Cleveland, and it's hard to duplicate that kind of intangible quality, and it's just something that I'm gonna remember for a long, long time.
Also, see you Tuesday.
We went
from kickball with Talk T to meeting at Mall C. The sun sets off in the west so we can all see. If I had to take a week off, then I'd rather not. Let's meet at the abandoned lot, right next to the lather spot. Fireworks burst, but you gotta fill your tires first. If you want a flag, you'll never make it to the flags. Ride from the east to the central location. My album in rotation at the Coast Guard station. All city under the bridge on some Keita shit. Had a slow start to the week, so we needed this. 20 deep creep in the streets, so keep meeting, cause each week we reaching a newer meaning of freedom. True though, the name of the game is get mobile. Let's burn like the end of the flame at Rent Noble. Hit the bus lane and keep it smooth like Hamilton. Tag a friend, see you Tuesday with the fam again.
You got to set your mind on something. It starts with just an idea. See you on Tuesday.
Smoke the guard, like we always do about this time. Come together now and take this ride. Different color sunsets in the sky. Pull up on the corner store for supplies. We all got the same look in our eyes. Every week is like the 4th of July. Guaranteed to open up if you normally shy. Same place, same time, just as long as it's dry. Different selections and routes, different curated vibes. Locations you never been or only see when you drive. Pop up with dimmer boxes every time we arrive. A lot of charged up lights, 50 deep in the line. If somebody need help, never leave them behind. Community building is how we survive. A little relief from the stress is what we provide. I'm gripping the mic, double clutch like Doomsday. Link up every 7 days, see you on Tuesday.
You got to set your mind on something. It starts with just an idea. See you on Tuesday. You got to set your mind on something. It starts with just an idea.
Yo, for real, I totally agree, man. Let's get it. 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 I get back Tuesday. Let's get it. 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 Let's get it.